YouTube, what's up? It's Paul with Grow With Your Garden. I am going to walk around the yard and just kind of meander, show you what I've been up to. It's been a couple weeks and I just wanted to give some updates as things started to grow. Also wanted to show you my banana. So it was kind of hard waiting for things to grow and actually having some stuff to show you guys. So I took a couple weeks and just kept working in the yard, enjoyed Easter with my family. My kids had spring break. And man, everything is just booming and I want to show you. So a couple weeks ago I de-winterized this banana and I wasn't sure if it was gonna make it. It was really scraggly looking and I can't really get in there right now, but I cut it down, cut all the rotted stuff off. You can see where my cuts are. That's the black stuff. But look at this guy springing right back into action. It's gonna look good. We have this little herb garden right off our porch, and these are some sunflower seeds that we grew last year and they self-seeded, and I've never seen them this big. This is going to be the best sunflower we've ever had here. There's a little patch of them with some self-seeded cilantro. There is a couple strawberries hidden in here, but yeah, it's really cool right off the porch. Super pretty. The back corner of my yard, this is where I do all my weird mad scientist stuff. I make biochar back here. I got my compost. I am currently drying out some grass just to use as mulch. You know, nothing crazy. We all know what this is. Just grass clippings. But I'm gonna spread that around some seedlings as soon as it browns up a little bit. Over here is our pollinator garden and it is looking awesome. My wife and I have been working over here, keeping it cleaned up. We got a couple new plants. This is a porterweed right here. We just got it. You can eat the flower and it tastes like a raw mushroom. It's really strange. I didn't believe it at first until I tried two at once. It's really good. We have a lot of stuff going on in here. It's really hard for me to remember all the names, but it's looking great. It's one of my favorite spots. There's our lamb's ear. That's pretty new. You know, I have a thing for hostas. They're so easy to separate and move around the yard that I fall in love with them. Native mulberry. It'll hopefully take over when this dogwood gives up. Look at it, it's kind of weird. It always reminds me of like a safari tree. We're waiting to hopefully get some monarchs. Right here and right here, some milkweed. And they're finally starting to take off. We're hoping to get flowers this year. Not sure when they bloom, but I would also love to see some caterpillars. This is a little experiment place. I just throw everything right here. We got some rhubarb, some hostas. There's a canna lily over there. Just random stuff. This is a fig cutting. It's not rooted yet. I'm not sure if it will, but I got a good bit of them. And that one was kind of the ugliest of the bunch. So I was just stuck it in the ground to see what it'll do. Butterfly bush. Still have not got around to making the chicken run, but this is still on the list. I'm gonna frame it out along the bottom, put a gate right here, take it up, fence it in. I planted some mimosa. Yes, mimosa. Somewhat invasive, but I figure if I put it in the chicken run, it'll provide some more shade and just cover. So we'll see if that sprouts though. They're old seeds and I haven't had the best of luck. There is some comfrey that I moved in the comfrey video. I just kind of slammed it in the ground there and it's doing fine. The old chickens being chickens. And now, that's my my leaf mold. It's still leaves in a black bag. At least it's hidden though. It's behind my chicken coop. You can't see it. This is a future shade garden. We're still working on it, but we got some natives that we planted over here, and I've tried to protect them from my dog. There's some trilliums, some pawpaws. I believe that's a spice bush. We're still trying to get it established. There's another spice bush, and you can see when I transplanted it, it definitely got some root damage. Everything over here is doing pretty good. Got the mulberries here. I believe it's a red and a black mulberry. And let's see if I can get one. Oh, if you look in here, you can see some mulberries. Really cool. This is the first year, but I just look at that. It gets so dense in there. Gonna provide a lot of shade for this hill. And this is our slope, our hill. It was once red clay and weeds. It was full of pines, and yeah, we cleared it out, and things are really starting to come together this year. This is the big year, year 4. And there's definite improvements to the land, the slope, the ecology. This is a crepe myrtle. When I first started getting into gardening, I had a lot of crepe myrtles because they just sprouted up everywhere. But this year, I'm attempting to grow some peas and a scarlet runner bean, and I want to see if I can maybe add some more utility to the crepe myrtle. Other than the wood I don't really have much use for it, you know. It's just biochar. When all's said and done, right now this is one of the prettiest things in the yard. Big old blackberry. Full of flowers. Ah, it's beautiful. It rained last night, so everything's really popping. We got some bee balm, lentils, lemon verbena. There's a little hazelnut right here, little filbert. That guy's kind of been around the ringer. I've moved him a couple times, and yeah, I hope he does better here. Way down, not actually way down, but maybe 2 feet. There's a lot of rock here, but there's like a ditch, like a divot. And I put some logs a couple years ago. Everything's starting to settle back in, and I think it made some more fertile ground, because this is a problem area for us. We're still figuring it out, just trying to get roots in the ground right now. It's pretty. It's not like bad. Got the old strawberry patch, and we are always dealing with roly-polies. There's a lot of organic matter here, everywhere really, and roly-polies just attack everything. But I love this spot. When the sun's on it just right, it's beautiful. I have some Egyptian walking onions hidden in here, and also red and white sweet onion. This spot gets trampled by my dog very often. So I don't think we'll get onions, but it'll be cool. I like seeing them shoot up. I like seeing them shoot up amongst the strawberries. And then this year we're letting a lot of natives grow and self-seed. When I first started my food forest, I was very sparse with my fruit trees and medicinals and herbs. I'd like to get everything really crammed in, get more roots in the ground. to hold this hill together and just get some beneficial microbes, beneficial insects. That is a coffin. There's a grape trying to get started. My Jerusalem artichokes. I may regret all my Jerusalem artichokes. I have them everywhere this year. In the winter, I spread them all over, and I have forgotten where I've put all those things. This is just a polyculture of herbs, and looks like hibiscus, native grasses, hazelnut. There they are, Jerusalem artichokes. There's some here and there. Got them everywhere. Real pretty. If you've never seen an asparagus full grown, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's almost like a Christmas tree or something. I don't know. It's just a wild plant. Some blackberries hidden in here. All sorts of stuff. Mostly natives. Beyond the food forest, in the back here, through the corner where my fences come together, that's all natives. A lot of the butterfly garden is natives, and we're adding more and learning more about them every day. And then I got two pawpaws. I got a mountain azalea, I believe, right here. Kind of hard to see, but that's a native. Hazelnut. Up this trellis here is a grape that we just happened to stumble upon. It was always growing up here. And now it looks like it's gonna produce. But it's had some rust problems that we've been trying to treat. And look at that guy. I don't know, I don't want him on me, because here's where we got some more fruit trees. Man, everything's so green and pretty right now. I love it. We got a currant down here, an almond. I'm lost. An almond, plum. This is cool. This is a native that always comes back, but doesn't get to climb, doesn't get to grab anything. So hopefully this year I can get it to go vertical and really establish itself some more. But that's a passion fruit, a maypop. I got this old ratty apple tree that the deer just murdered many times over. Same with this one. And then we got the blueberries. This is just a cover crop. I have an elderberry that I think I will be planting here or there, I'm not sure. But this area gets so baked by the sun that we just have to get some stuff in the ground and get it growing something. Some strawberries hidden through here. This cover crop along this trellis is kind of protecting and helping with my raspberries that haven't really gotten established here. I would say the soil is 6 inches, so I had to build a big mound. Then it goes down, and it's not the best spot. But I have been moving gradually. I've been moving raspberries from here across down on the fence down there. And hopefully once those get established, we'll have, you know, more production, because this just hasn't been cutting it up here. Got another blueberry patch where all this pine straw is. Trying to get it established, get it bigger. These are some different varieties of blueberries. One of them is a pink lemonade, which I've been wanting to try ever since I heard about it. But we have kids and a puppy, and those blueberries have been stomped on, danced on, hide and seeked on. But I have some blueberries, and I love the path. Right here is real cool. I'm gradually gonna close up my paths. I'm gonna get rid of these pines, the borders. I'm gonna add some compost and mulch, and I would like it to be more meandering like this, where you know where to walk based on where there's not green. I want to kind of tighten it up because this is probably 3-4 feet wide right now from side to side. I want the growing space. Here is a flowering comfrey. Super pretty. The bees like it. But it's still chop and drop it. While I'm here, I might as well show you the hot lips, native hot lips. I also have one over by the porch over here. And earlier this morning, a hummingbird was hovering around feeding on it, which is always really cool. That's part of why we do this. Over here is the first blueberry bushes we ever planted. We have 3 of them. That was recommended to us by somebody at Pike Nursery at the time. And man, God, so exciting. Blueberries are awesome. I recommend everybody get blueberries. There's container varieties. No real reason not to. Once they start, they don't stop. Like, look at that. Down here's an area I've been working on. I have some figs, some mustards. But look at this, out of nowhere, everything's fine. Out of nowhere, this branch, I don't know. I bet it's a mole. I bet it's a mole. But we got a fig. This one actually has a fig on it, which is exciting. And then I have another fig behind this basket. That one's been through the ringer too. I've moved him a couple times, but this is the year for him, I think. Also, my peach trees up here and right here are also, they have fruit on them. They're fruiting, which is really awesome. This one is going on maybe 5 years. I think 4 or 5 years. It's a dwarf variety. But yeah, that one's really exciting. This year I'm gonna do some summer pruning. I learned a bit more about pruning my fruit trees, and I'm hoping to get more mass instead of one cut back. I'm gonna let them bush up a little bit, cut it a tiny, let them bush up the rest of the summer, and maybe clean it up in the late fall, early winter. I'm not sure. All right, now I'm off the wall. That's my hill, just full of stuff, getting green. It needs more flowers. We're working on that. But this year, I'm doing some corn. Super excited about this. I hope this is the year. We've grown it before. I've gotten an ear or two, but I hope we get, you know, a weekend or something where we can just grill some corn, eat some corn. And that is just, I don't know, it's one of those crops. You just got to do it once. You got to have it. Tomatoes and peppers. Now, I don't normally plant just out in the yard like this, so to say, because I do have raised beds where I grow my vegetables, but I'm just trying to try some different things. I have some cucumbers kind of hidden up here, and I think, yep, right there. Gonna kind of start a Three Sisters method with those. I'm gonna bring them down and kind of sprawl throughout my corn. Hopefully it gets up high enough. And I have tried peppers and a tomato on the other side of the yard, and I just plopped them in the ground and let them go, and they were some of the best tomatoes we had in the yard. So I'm hoping to do that here as well, and this spot is easier for me to water when they need it. So hopefully those are even better than the ones we had last year. Something I did recently was I grew a beer bottle. I just put a cap there and it appeared. But I also have this grape that was just kind of sprawling throughout my landscape. But I'm attempting to trellis it up over my shed. And I'm gonna let this guy go up, and I'm gonna get him through here and get him going that way also. And if I can, I may get one going back up this way also, because it would just look really cool if I had some grapes on this shed. I just want the whimsical kind of green vibes it gives off. And then the trellis up here, that was just some fence I had that I just pinned up there. I will come up with something better if I have to at another time, but I want to get it established going up more. And I don't know if there's grapes on this guy. I don't know. It's super bright up there. But yeah, that would be cool. Here is my raised beds. Work in progress always. But I do have the staples right now, the tomatoes. I take them up vertically. It's probably about 12 feet, and they'll reach up there. They'll get there. And I have some thyme. Something I'm gonna make sure I do in my raised beds, and this is the first one that I'm starting it, is I wanna have a perennial in there to hopefully get some fungi in my raised beds. Always have roots in the ground. And that's the start of that, which is really exciting. With my peppers, just gonna cram them full. I have lettuces and stuff in there. I just kind of plant it around, and some carrots with my tomato, which is cool. Got the tomatillo. You just picked that up from one of the big box stores. But this year I grew my lettuce indoors from seed, which was really cool and exciting, and something I imagine I'm gonna become obsessed with, because having grow lights indoors, watching my plants grow every day is just awesome. I got some peas, I got some, I don't know, I think that was broccoli or broccolini that is going to flower. I'm gonna let that go. And my arugula is also going to flower. I'm gonna let that go. Gonna get the seeds, and I'm gonna take those up on the hill, and I'm just gonna kind of scatter them around and see if I can get them to naturalize like cilantro has. We got more peas. These are the icicle radishes, which they're pretty good. I don't know, we don't eat that many radishes, but man, it's fun. They are fun to grow. I'll eat them just because, but I don't know. If you guys got some good, you know, turnip radish recipes, I would love to hear about them, because I just eat them raw. I rinse them with the hose. It's my pond, no fish. Bird got them. There's a bunch of frogs though. And over here, God, it's super hot over here. Over here is where I have cuttings, lots of cuttings, propagating. I'm always trying to make more plants, get things going, and move them throughout the yard as cheap as possible. I have some artichokes, some globe artichokes in here, peppers and tomatoes that, you know, you buy one and maybe there's a little baby guy coming off the side. Like, I like to get them and repot them. I have some pineapple, guava, figs. That's a tulip tree that I got from the yard. I got some, that may be a butterfly bush. The hot lips. Yeah, it's kind of a lot going on here, but this is one of my favorite spots. I spend a lot of time just kind of hovering over these guys and watching them grow. But I haven't really shown much of my raised bed. It's definitely something I'm gonna continue doing more of as I go. I'm working on, like I said, starting seeds indoors. And this year I want to be better about succession planting. That's a weakness of mine. But I'd like to, of course, be better at it. You always want more. There's definitely some plants up the hill that I skipped, but I will get them in another video. But here is a Blue False Indigo, which I also have one up on the hill that I just planted. I put it right near the base of one of my peach trees. It's a nitrogen fixer, so that could really help it up on that hill, because It's toasty, it's hot, they get thirsty, more roots, capillary action, sucking up water from the ground, and also feeding each other through nitrogen fixation. It's awesome. But that's pretty much it for the yard. I do skim over, I know this was a 25-minute video, but I do skip over some things so I can save some stuff for the future. And I do have a lot of projects coming up that I'd like to get started on. I'd like to create a little more biochar before it gets too hot. That's something that I can show you guys. And I'm always planting and propagating, but it's looking really good right now. The last walkthrough I did was a month ago, and it wasn't really inspiring. But once everything gets green and big, I'm trying to hide this fence. I want it to look like a forest. And once that happens, I mean, I don't know, I already love it. I'm already ecstatic about it, but there's only more to do. That's what's great about gardening. And I meant to kind of point this out. I'm waiting to plant this guy here. A eucalyptus. Silver dollar eucalyptus. Gotta find a good spot for it. When the leaves are dry and you crush it, it smells like Vicks Vapor Rub. It's incredible. And then I also have an elderberry, one variety. I'd like to get another 2 varieties. But yeah, I love this time of year. Grow with your garden. Thank you.